on, Slim. Not you back there singing. Gotta hit that. No. Slimmy singing. Hello. Welcome back. Ashley, you still over there singing? On mute.
Yep.
Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining us over there talking about Lucy. Now it's time to get into something a little lighter. A new movie on Prime called Relationship Goals. Hit that like button, show us some love, hype me up, please. Ashley, how you feeling? Are you ready to get into these relationship goals?
I am. Every day that ends in Y is a great day, Tyra, and I am ready to talk the meth and Kelly of it all. I am. I'm ready to get into
No
it.
matter what I do, all I think about is you. Oh. Now, overall thoughts. Ash, I'm going to come to you
Oh
first.
God.
Yes, I am.
So I really feel like, of course, this had all of the trappings of what could have been a really exceptional Black romance comedy. I really do think that they had the material. Now, what they did with the material, I don't know. For me, there was a disconnect in the casting. There was a disconnect in the chemistry. I wasn't compelled by the story. Like normally in a good rom-com, there's going to be a real conflict, right? This was all just perceived energy from 10 years ago. I don't necessarily care for how they framed Black women here. Kelly Rowland's character just kind of being, I don't want to call her angry. She wasn't really angry, but she was bitter. She was a bitter Black woman based on her experiences from the past who'd closed herself off to love. And while it could have worked, like I said, if there had been a real conflict in the relationship between her and Method Man's character, I think it could have felt like something. But it was just dry and bland. And then when we get over to Robin Thede's character and Debbie Allen's son, girl, if I gotta hold a man by Blicky Point to marry me, I don't want him, Tyra. I'm not gonna be jumping up and down because I broke up with you and now you want to marry me. Also, Mike Todd, I am just simply not a fan. When they decided that they were going to center him, he probably put some funding. He might be an EP. I ain't even look at who's behind this. But when I saw Mike Todd and those teeth, and all I can think of is him rubbing his spit on that man's face, I just cannot, Tyra. It did not move me. I was immediately turned off, probably for that reason. And a lot of people were like, oh, no, I thought it was cute. All rom-coms are struggle, love. No, baby, not all rom-coms are. Not in the same ways that they do for Black women. You're not going to see a ton of white rom-coms where the man don't have no money, don't have a good job, or he doesn't really want her. Normally, it's the other way around. No, normally, it's her playing on his top. And I'm just saying, why can't we get that in the Black rom-coms? Why can't I play with your emotions and heart a little bit, Negro? Why does it always have to be the other way around? Why are Black women perpetually begging for a man to want them and to marry them? Or we're, over here in the corner just mad for no reason. I don't like that, Tyra. And I really want more for us, and I think we're capable. But overall, it was mid, basic. Sorry.
No. I walked away with one question. I was like, are Black rom-coms still good? Can we still get a little some on the back end? Are we still capable of hitting those heights? I'm really over us often residing in the space of 90s, early 2000s Black rom-coms because nothing's coming close. Now, the struggle part, unfortunately, I expect that. They don't give us range there. We're going to be struggling. We're going to be toxic. That's the reason why we have so many videos now where we go back and look at a Love Jones, a Love and Basketball, a situation like, you know what? Q, you was really playing in Monica's face. You really didn't want to mess with Monica until she got her hair fixed. Okay? We don't have time for this, Q. All of those things. But, that's kind of par for the course. At minimum, I expect for the romance to romance, the chemistry to chemistry, and for the movie to be fun, flirty, funny, and, good. None of that was present here. But let's get into it because I don't want to go on too much. Hit that like button, y'all. Now, I just wanted to start here so we can ease on into this thing because I didn't want to tear that down. I didn't want to tear this down. We really get in the space here as Black reviewers with certain projects, and we're like, yeah, we're not touching it. If it's not good, sometimes we don't want to touch it because people take it so personal when we don't live for it just because it's Black and we should love it and we should have a certain expectation, and then we come here and it's just a fleet of, oh, you don't support the Blacks, I can't stand y'all, don't never like nothing, we don't like nothing, let y'all tell so we were going to leave this kind of by the wayside, but I wanted to bring it here and maybe discuss what could have been altered to make this a better rom-com and what really makes a good rom-com in my eyes. I got a little collective of 5 or 6 things, but in between those 5 or 6 things, we have a little mess. Ashley, Love Jones versus Love and Basketball. Where are you going?
Am I trying to be the funk in your right knee? So I mean, teenage me, I'm going over Love and Basketball because not for nothing, but it felt kind of steamy heat. It felt like, oh yeah, this is toxic as hell, but they grew up together. It was like, watching as an adult is completely different. I will say Nia is the one who played on Lorenz's top a little bit in Love Jones. So for that reason, and because my big busty girl is over there, Love Jones just feels the vibes. Love Jones to me just felt like what I was going to be doing when I got grown. Like I was going to be in the you know what I mean? I was going to be at poetry night.
In the sanctuary.
You know what I mean? I was going to go for that reason. I'm going with Love Jones. It was grown and it was sexy.
Me, myself. Now looky here. Young Tyra was down bad all about Love and Basketball. I was going to watch Love and Basketball thick. I love Love Jones also, but I found that once I got older, I had more of an affinity for Love Jones. Love Jones is vibes, okay? It's vibes. It's Black. It's jazz. It's poetry. It's a Renaissance Black man. Come on. It's record stores over there. It's Butter Leathers and writers and photographers. Like, it's the template that a lot of our, up and comings, like, oh, I want to make a Black romance. Like, okay, oh, you can just clock it, like, oh, you clearly saw Love Jones. Like, it's just up there. I gotta go over there. But young 25 and under Tyra, we wasn't missing Love and Basketball. I was watching that extra long movie. I was watching all 4 quarters. Let's get into it. Y'all drop down there and let us know which one you're going with. Now, as far as, where we are with this, I tried to be courteous and find some things because Mama didn't have no tinks. Now, we have iconic leads here. I know when everybody saw that trailer and we saw Method Man and Kelly Rowland, we said, ooh, we. Oh, they fine. Oh, we. Who thought to put these two together? This is going to be delicious. Sexual chocolate. We were here for it. Beautiful gowns, wardrobe. They look great. The Black people look good. And that's a feat because in some projects, you're like, who was there? Tyler, who was on here? Who was on wardrobe? Why is the lighting like that? Great film. Soundtrack. They had the songs. They had a cute coin. Every 2 seconds, it was a different rendition or a song of some sort. You was going to get some Doechii, some Tevin Campbell, sing-along type moments. We have a fully melanated cast. As much as I can complain about this film, and I will, unfortunately, we don't get a lot of movies with us. I really miss robust cast, fully melanated people, projects that are put out. I was happy to see all the Black folks here. Faith-based and rating. Now, that would definitely be a pro for some. I know a lot of people, not myself. Y'all don't want none of that steam heat. You don't want to be the funk in my left thigh trying to become the funk in your. You don't want to be the blues. You don't want to be that. You don't want to see, bodies grinding in the dark, You want a little faith-based. It's a little Christian. Some people are, opposed to a love scene or sex scenes or really getting into that, or a movie that you have to consider the rating and who's around and are my children near and oh Lord, it's moans coming from the TV. Where's the remote? Yeah, this isn't one of those moments. We have that, and we also have a message of, Christ is Lord and Savior. Some people like that. Cons. This was boring all as hell. This was a very boring, lackluster film. If you blinked, you missed nothing because there wasn't really a strong narrative here, other or couple wise. So it just kind of went nowhere. The pacing was terrible to me. They act like they have somewhere to be. We don't have time to open anything which are really getting to know Kelly's character or Method's character or hell, anybody for that matter. We're jumping directly into it and there's an issue. And then sometimes it would get so slow and we're focusing on other cast members or we're focusing on Passa. We're focusing here. And it's just like, I thought this was about these two. When are we going to get back to them? Do they really matter? Cast chemistry. Where was it? Do you like each other? How much time? It was really Tyler Perry adjacent. You know when Tyler gets those microwave movies? And it's like, look at here. Y'all got a week. Run them lines. And it felt like they weren't lived in. And like this cast just really didn't get to spend any time together and click. We ran a scene, probably ran it once, and we moved on. It just was not clicking. A lack of romance. Kelly, Method, sexual chocolate. It's the both of you. When I tell you that it was supposed to melt seamlessly, this was supposed to be tasty, and it wasn't. I left like, well, damn, do y'all like each other? Is this more of a brother sister vibe where it's like, I really don't want to be in an intimate setting with you like that? Like these scenes are uncomfortable. Kelly, is your husband standing over there? Meth, is your wife standing over there? What's the issue? Because it's not clicking and Boots not knocking. Ashley, do you have anything you want to add to these pros and cons?
Yeah, because I'm not giving them the soundtrack because the way that they had that bootleg, what a man, I was like, who is singing this? Why y'all
That one
couldn't
song,
get
that's
it
your song.
like this? I was like, was it the invoke part of the damn salt and pepper? Like it bothered me so much, and they would played it multiple times. What a man! What I was like, who is singing that? That pissed me off. I actually did not enjoy the fact that it was faith based in this respect, and you know I love a good faith based movie. I really was like, see, he was trying to get some of that old TD Jakes formula, jump in the broom. You know, we had moments over there, and that was cooking. Like I said, jumping the broom is still on a comfort watch rotation. As for me in my house, my issue becomes when they want to package faith and put it in a box or in a book and then sell it for consumption. That's what this felt like to me. It felt like a cash grab, like, ooh, this is going to get the Christian girlies, but it's nothing to aspire. Like, you know what I mean? Like you follow steps 1 through 3, ABC, and you're going to get your dream man because marriage is the goal. That's what every woman wants, right? Like that pissed me the hell off. Other than that, you know, they looked beautiful. They were well lit. Like my other issue though, I will say I agree with all of your cons. My only other issue that I would add to this is that I didn't understand or feel what age range we were supposed to be in because I'm looking at these people who are late 30s at best coming into their 40s, and I really think you're in a different place than 20, 30 somethings, and it very much gave 20s,
20,
30.
30 something.
Yeah, that it
Yeah.
was written for, and I wouldn't have been mad. We talked about it in the Discord. I would have liked to see Lawrence from Insecure over here. Damn it, I could have even seen Nathan from Insecure over here, and we could have found a younger lead somewhere. I think this is a movie where you could have taken a chance to get some lesser known up and coming Black actors and actresses to play this part,
Yeah, I would have been
you
younger.
needed or you needed to go with a different script because I didn't necessarily believe them in the
Yeah.
ages that they were supposed.
It should have been removed. What it should have been was, back in college, we were together and he was a player and now he's reformed and now we're here and we're in our mid to late 20s. I could have seen a Coco Jones. I could have
Yeah,
seen
cute.
Al. What was the young man who played Ralph Tresvant in Euphoria over there?
Oh,
And
yeah.
I could have
Who
saw
won't
like
grow
the
up?
young
Yeah.
I could have saw like a Keith Powers. Like
You could
it
have
was
seen old
very.
boy, what's his name? Kyle from Reasonable Doubt. He would have been great over here.
He would have. He
He
would
would have
have. This was very screaming, now that we're grown. I'm trying to, really get into marriage and have a different perspective. I'm no longer that, young college freshman who's running around on campus cheating on you. No, these are, and you pushing it, talking about some these are 45 plusers, 45 and up. And I like that. Like, let's just live, even if it is that, like, let's just live in that. But don't try to spread it on my cracker all the time. You'll have characters here that are well into their 40s and 50s. I can't keep doing what I used to do. I'll be 30 soon. Like, will you? You sure? Are you sure about that? Now, we know good black don't crack, but still, stop playing with us. Let's get out of here.
And I love Kelly and I love meth. I just want to say that. And I've seen meth blow some backs out over there in the Powerverse, so I know he can give steam heat. Nothing.
Now, I went into, a couple of comments. Yes, Algie Smith, trying to be nosy because I wanted to go see what the people were saying. And the rebuttal for, like, well, I loved it because X, Y, and Z. Now, a lot of people were thinking that folks were turned off because it was faith-based. Baby, the way a faith-based movie will eat down. The way I just watched Not Easily Broken on Netflix, and it was cooking. Because, baby, Jennifer Lewis said he hit me in my face. I was over there watching Not Easily Broken, having Taraji play on Morris Chestnut Top. If anybody was over there in them BET streets, Preacher's Kid was cooking. LaToya was over there singing, and Tank was over there beating her up. Now, look. The message, faith-based type of films. Now, even though some of these are more salacious, like maybe a woman that are loose in the subject matter, yeah. I'm in love with a church girl with Ja Rule and Adrian Bailon. Mm-hmm. Had me outside. I was over there. I was in those streets. The North remembers. So don't try to play me on what a faith-based movie can bring. Mm-hmm. And I even have the most recent Ruth and Boaz here that was very, residing in a space of faith and God and Christianity. And we're not getting into the smecks or getting into those kind of blurred lines. Very kind of, PG. People swear that movie had them crying down. They were invested, honey. Everybody was loving on them.
I liked the cute little Ruth and Boaz. I thought it was fun.
People loved it. And then we have the other space where it's like, oh, so if you guys don't like this, then you didn't think like a man. This ain't nothing but think like a man in a different font. Lies you tell. Lies you tell. This is not think like a man. The way that we strategize in this movie and base the jobs or whatever the contingency is between Kelly and this book and the writer. Yeah, this is how to get a man and how to lose a man and how to, change your perspective, be a god in relationship and meet those goals and find the one. That's one thing. The book does not think like a man make. Think like a man is imperfect. Think like a man is very entertaining. It's very funny. It's a good time. We have different relationships, different narratives, and we're following those steps and just seeing what the outcome is. And it's very good. This is not that. Don't lay that next to that just because that man with that puff was holding that book. Now, familiar formulas. Now, look at here. I have people, here y'all go, coming through with your love and basketball brown sugar standards. Rom-coms of today aren't what they used to be. We're not reaching those heights. It's not that deep. Be cool, watch it, eat your popcorn, and shut up. Yeah, but there are Rylane's and Sylvie's Love and certain things that are coming out now that are still good. You can still perform and do something interesting with a love story, and it doesn't have to be, from the 90s. You're still capable. I'm not giving y'all no excuses. I'm just not. Actually, anything you want to add to this?
No, I love this. This is true. Because let's be honest, when we look at Black romance and Black rom-coms over the years, there always has, like you said, been an element of toxicity. There is such a great opportunity going forward to correct some of that, to bring a healthy love, a romance where a Black woman is just adored and doted upon. I don't see why it would be hard to do. I think it would sell. And no, it's not a fact of hating anything, but if we're coming to talk about film, and that's what we do, TV and movies, that's what we literally do every night. We have to be honest. And I really don't like the take that people get personally offended when it's something that we don't like. Baby, I'm allowed not to like it. It don't mean you gotta like it. And I'll never tell you not to watch something unless it was just horrible. But I think that's the beauty of art, is that it's subjective and you're allowed to feel the feels and think the things. And no one's trying to be critical or overly harsh, I'll say, because there's a ton of stuff we don't even talk about because we don't want to be that. But no, I think this is a formula. I think it can be well done. And like you said, we have movies present day, or at least in the past couple years, that can do it. I just think people are lazy. I think they know that if I slap this name on it, if I get these two actors to be on it, people are going to tune in. It's going to get the ratings, and I'm going
It
to
did.
confirm my contract with the network. I really feel like it's laziness at this point, because I know we're capable of more. I
It
know
is.
there's storytellers that just aren't getting the platform that could tell beautiful love stories, and this
They're
just was
not, because the way I was watching this and I couldn't say whether or not AI wrote the script. That's an issue for me. It didn't have enough depth there for me to go like, "Oh, okay, that was so nuanced and a small way I can tell." It was like, did AI write this script? Because it's given AI. It feels really shallow in that way. And then we can even get into something where it's like, y'all, people will say you're not searching, you're not looking in the right spaces. What do we just watch? Love Brooklyn. That was extremely kind of independent and an isolated type of thing, very black. And what were we doing over there? I, let's move on. Struggling, doing the most on your bicycle.
with no
Um
front wheel. Yeah.
Now, in Ash's words, who did this? Who did this?
I know who
It's
did it.
Devon. This is a Devon Franklin production. Devon trying to get out there. He's trying to get outside and get his film on. um I expect this from Devon, unfortunately. This is kind of the space he resides in. It's very much giving you too can be the faith-based Tyler Perry of the film world. It's very that. But when I saw Michael Todd, I said, "This is who I think it is." I was like, "No, this can't be that man." Now, I don't know. I've been seeing Michael Todd more frequently because if y'all saw Drewski's video, I got on red bottoms. If you've seen Drewski's video, then you've kind of been hearing about Michael Todd or his church and the production of it all and where the intentions may lie. But I'm more familiar with him for the virality of what goes on. And it's like, well, hell, are we at church or is this a concert or like, what are your intentions? He said what? He's more viral for the wrong reasons, if anything. It's very performative. And then there's the spit incident. Well, you spit in your hands and you rubbed it on that man like it was anointed holy water. Weird work. Weird one. So to have him here in attachment and then we go over, you're not just here acting because it's based around your book. You're actually in the movie, having a lot of screen time, if I may say so myself. Why? Why she here, Ike? Why she here? I needed you in the back. Who that in the back? Stay in the back and stay unseen. I didn't need, all the time we spent there, but it just put a sour taste in my mouth for him to be associated with it. Use the book or whatever, all you want, whatever, but you're here and you're very present in the film. Ashley?
Yeah, that was my immediate turn off because I'm like, what are we doing? And like, y'all, it's been a racket for so long. These people, like I said, they like print up and package a version of the gospel, right? And sell it to women who are desperate or who are thirsty or who think like they were promoting throughout this whole movie. This is the answer. Like this changed my life. Oh, I did the things in this book and now I too have a ring. Like I just hate, I think what it represents. And honestly, whenever I see Mike Todd, I see the spit, which I can't, you know what I mean? I can't, I don't, and I'm a faith-based person in general. I just don't like the idea or the idea that you can package it up and just sell it as this is your cure-all, your book, not the Bible, but your book that this is the answer to dating. This is what you got to do, right? Because the fish swim upstream or whatever he said. And I was like, what are you even doing? What are you even saying? I just, like you said, stay behind the scenes. I didn't need to see you. And multiple times we saw him multiple times. And then we got to have a fake church services. Hallelujah. Like, I don't like that, Tyra.
Hallelujah, hallelujah,
I don't like
hallelujah.
that. Not for this purpose. I really don't. It was a turn off for me. He's hippie. He is, Joshua.
Oh,
He's hippie.
Joshua said legs and hips and body, body. Thank you for the super chat. Big hips, Michael Todd. I ain't even really just looked at that man. And J Baby, he isn't per se the red bottoms passer. I think with Drewski, it was a collective of just, things that he's witnessed from Passa. And it was just very like hit dogs are hollering. A lot of the pastors saw it, laughed it off, but Michael Todd felt the need to make a statement. It's like, well, if it's not about you, then why are you making a statement and referring to it and going, it don't bother me. That wasn't me. We didn't mention you by name, Michael. But he made his little, that's where I've been seeing him lately. So just to see him here and know just of that and that spit, I say, Devon, please. Devon, please. But I'll be on the lookout for what Devon has to offer later. I hope, it's only go up from here. But getting into what makes a good rom-com, number one is the meet cute. And the meet cute doesn't always have to be cute. Sometimes it's, cute and oh my God, this is going to be the love of my life. Or sometimes it's a just full out disaster and you get every single thing in a scene as to why I would never be with that person. Meanwhile, we know you're going to end up with them. This is the love of your life. But there has to be an initial meet cute where you have these people just in the same space and you're really vibing and you get into it. Thank Nina at the bar. We meet Leah and Jarrett, sort of. These, little moments and cues are really important because a rom-com is like the most basic of the basic of storytelling. It's like there's no reinventing the wheel. You can only kind of go one way. And sometimes people get creative with their scripts, but it's pretty easy as far as what to do and what not to do. But the main thing to do is to get your audience invested in their relationship. We have a brief, I want this job. I'm finally in the position to get it, or I'm being challenged by this newcomer, Jarrett. We have history. He was a playboy. He cheated on me. And now we're here in the same place at the same time, and I couldn't be bothered. And now we're forced to work on this project. There was nothing neat or cute about it. We really didn't know. I mean, I was like, Meth look good. Meth looking attractive. Kelly looks good. But there was nothing here. There was nothing. Nothing happened within the first 15, 20 minutes or so that I was set like, okay, I know what's going on and I know where we're going. Not so much the relationship goals. They was making sure to put that book in the narrative. That was in the forefront. But their relationship in the narrative as a whole, it was just not present at all. So I really couldn't get into who they were. We didn't really meet with who they were. And it wasn't enough just to say, oh yeah, we were together that one time and he cheated on me. So now I'm kind of scorned and maybe he's the reason why and I have this list and I'm jaded. And we couldn't even just fully commit to either one. So I just really didn't know where to go with them. Ashley, what's this meeting cute? Were you into it?
Not really. It was very and like you said, when we get into the rom-com space and we're thinking about it, a lot of things are going to be exaggerated, especially if we have the situation, which is theirs, right? Like, I knew him years ago. I've avoided him intentionally, and now he's coming into my workplace to take my job. I think you're going to have more of a visceral reaction. What really, I think, kind of threw me about it is that it wasn't memorable. It was so toned down. I think I'm used to so much more in a rom-com, especially when the characters have a past together. Also, I think that was throwing me is Leah in general, her character. And I think the opening shot, we see her meet with old boy from Pose. And it's like they're besties. She's walking into the building. They do their little dance. And I'm like, oh, Kelly's going to be fun. Like, she's going to be a fun character. And then we get over here and it's very stoic. It's very buttoned up. We see her cut loose eventually, but it just took so long to get to that point after our initial meeting of her is pretty fun and lighthearted. And I think that took away for me as well. Also, with Jarrett's character, just based on the background they gave him, he graduated magna cum laude from Harvard. He's this, he's been ruling the primetime space. I really expected Jarrett to come in way cockier, way, even if he's been changed in some way, I think in order for us to get the conflict and the dynamic, it needed to be more. I needed to believe him as this cocky Harvard grad who's going to come in and take this job. And I need her to really be feeling the weight of, I knew this Joker back then. Now he's in here to take my job. And it just fell flat for me. It was just very one note. It was very humdrum. And like I said, in my rom-coms, I wanted exaggerated.
Oh, absolutely. If you don't know what she means, go over there on Netflix, type in Christina Milian. She puts out one every single year. Christina gonna get a Netflix rom-com check. She gonna put out a rom-com every year at this point for like the past 4 years. And it's over there. And you get the extension. Like, oh my God, he's here. Oh, like you're okay. You know, when you have those moments where you have to go in the bathroom and collect yourself, like, oh, he looked good. But it was none of that. It was none of that. It was just, business as usual. And I'm like, this isn't fun. This isn't fun. Even if she was supposed to be, the uptight, whatever, the moment we get behind closed doors, even if they wanted to be cute and do like flashback moments of the way we were and how the just position is so like, oh, he had you like that. Kelly used to be such and such. Leah used to be such and such. It was just like, no, I just needed something to be happening here to get me invested in where they were going to move forward in the movie. And it just wasn't here. I said, dang, we can't even get a meet cute. They were already rushing. I was getting to some fun. Ashley, did Marcus deserve a chance?
Hell no. Hell no. And I wouldn't want his dingling after it had been all up in Eartha Kitt anyway. I don't want you, Marcus. Go back over there. No. He needed to be on his own. On my own. That's where he needed to be, Tyra. No, he didn't. Marcus was hell. He did not. I don't need your rescue love, baby. I'm not here to save you. You won't want to be saved. Go back over, chase after Robin. Like, no. No second chance. Did he, Tyra? Did he deserve a second chance?
Yeah. With Angela going over there with her. You go back and watch Boomerang and tell me Angela was not a bird. A quiet bird. Innocent bird, but still a bird. And what
was he?
Oh, he was terrible. Marcus was awful. That's why he got what he deserved over there with Robin. That's what he deserved. The way that Angela was advocating down all about Marcus was over there playing in David Allen Grier's That Good Man Savannah. Don't do David Allen Grier. We're not talking about the looks. We're talking about the agenda. Over there playing in David Allen Grier's face, waiting. The way you go and back and you watch Angela seething, baiting for attention, waiting for her moment, is very pick me, choose me, love me. Jackie, whatever you're doing to Marcus, can you please stop it? Girl, what? What? We can't even let the movie go off good enough. If you even turn and look at her, I will break your fucking neck. This is how you gonna live your life? This is how you live. Angela signed up proudly for this. Marcus made no excuses for who he is. It was nationwide is on your side down at the job. Everybody knew that Marcus was throwing around and loose. And then when he come over there and play in your face, you're surprised? And you want to be chosen? She just wanted to be chosen. He chose it, so going over there. I was like, oh, girl, if you happy, I love it. Go and get that second chance over there with Angela. Mm-hmm.
Yucky. I just feel like he was just so low down and he was never going to change. I'd rather have her with Wayman Tinsdale III over there in Strictly Business. Hallie, go choose up.
First of all, we're never choosing Wayman Tinsdale III. If we can choose Wayman Tinsdale III, but we can't choose David Allen Grier.
Yes, I would have went over there with Wayman Tinsdale III. Wow.
The way that David was over there advocating for Angela, he said she's a good girl. She's a good clean girl, good Christian girl. Why you gonna play in her face? You ain't gonna do nothing but dog her out. And what he did, dog her out. Man, whatever. You get what you pray for.
Get what you get and don't throw a fit. Marcus fumbled Eartha. TP, please.
I love it. He said, can you get it a little bit more darker? Because I don't want them. You better dive into Eartha cakes. That's classic cakes. Boy, sophisticated cakes. Regal cakes. Now, number 2, romance and chemistry. Non-existent. Wow. This is what really blew me back. The script could have been as bad as it wanted to. The writing, the pacing, it could give AI. It could give like, if they were cooking, faith based or not, I need to believe that at any given moment you want to eat my panties off. It wasn't giving that. It was not giving that. Not in an innocent way, not in a godly way, not in a derogatory stank, beat me in a bathroom kind of way. It was just non existent. I said, I know you lying. You would never bring fine ass people here and play with them. Something was off. And we've seen it. We've seen the both of them give steam heat in other properties. And baby, if we can go over there with Tyler Perry and roll around in those metallic paints, okay, then we can come over here in a Christian faith-based movie and give steam heat as well, but just in a different way and more subtlety. It just wasn't there. We kept having moments of what was supposed to be like Woody banter and oh yeah, she still wants me, and it's just like it's not connecting. We're having these ride along, sing alongs, breakdown. It's just like, oh, they really wanted us to believe that with every single scene and every single song montage that Kelly's walls were falling down and she was falling deeper and deeper in love with Jarrett. He went to Jarrett. Jarrett's going to go to Jarrett because Leah is falling for him again, falling so much that this uptight, button-up woman is in the office shaking her butt and singing Tevin Campbell on the couch. Whoo, the romance. Where was the cooking? Where is your scooter? Where was the love? Where is the chemistry? It was so dull. Mm-hmm. I was like, maybe they aren't attracted to each other in that way. Maybe they have a relationship outside of the film and it's really on like a brother type sister vibe. And they just couldn't click with each other in that way. It was odd. It almost felt like they didn't want to like really rub up on each other or, we'll kiss in the scene when it's required, but that's my homie Matt. That's my brother. Like, it just didn't feel like that. And these are the reason that we do screen testing and chemistry tests to make sure it's there. Just because they were fine does not mean it was going to translate. Nobody was eating off anybody's panties or drawers here in none of these movies. Ashley?
I mean, again, not to go back over there to jump in the room because I know how people feel about Paula Patton, but Laz Alonso and Paula Patton was steam heat over there, and they didn't have to do nothing. That was a very Christian movie, but you could see the yearning, honey. He wanted that thing. He was at the door getting red and everything. Laz Alonso and Paula Patton had steam heat, and they didn't have to get all graphic. This was very platonic. This was very like, hey, bestie. Like, that's what this gave. And there should have been, I felt his breath on the side of my neck. I think there's ways to do it that can give steam heat without being overtly sexual. That's nuance and that's, that's just all the things. And it just didn't land over here. And like Tyra said, maybe this is just indicative of their friendship. Maybe they've had a friendship outside of work for a long time and just couldn't get there. But it just does not give... It don't give I want to rub your booty or nothing. It doesn't give I want to rub my fingers through your beard. It don't give I want the dream. And over there with Robin Thede and them, they was in the same bed together. So I mean, I don't think it was that. It was just very much there's a disconnect here. Like, I don't believe them as potential lovers. And you should, because these are both beautiful people. You should, but it doesn't.
It didn't. It didn't give that. And this is the main thing we came for. I'm sorry, I didn't come for the faith. I came because Kelly and Method Man was over here. Did I expect them to be hunching or something like that? Absolutely not. I knew the movie I came to see, but steam heat goes a long way. Talk about some nuance and giving steam heat in the workplace. Baby, Jax give it over there all the time in Reasonable Doubt. And don't nobody be naked. Everybody's fully dressed. The way Morris was over there breathing on the back of her neck, and she almost melted. Jax almost had a full meltdown season 2 over there in Reasonable Doubt, just because Morris Chestnut put some breath with an F on the back of her neck in the workplace. Come on now. We know how it goes. But this disappointed me the most. Like, it was like little sis, big bro. And that doesn't work for this type of film. But moving on. Let's see. Speaking of jump the broom, Ashley, if you had to make a choice, are you going to jump the broom or deliver us from Eva?
Baby, I'm jumping the broom. I'm going over there with Laz. That's all you had to say, Laz. A lot. You don't even have to finish his name, Laz. Yeah, I'm going over there with Angela Bassett, with Laz, with Loretta. I'm going over there with all the people. It's just a great film. If you guys haven't watched it, go watch it. I'm going to watch it again tonight. And I'm not a Gabrielle Union fan. I'm just not. I've never been a fan of hers, and I'm
I
really
know.
not a fan of LL in romantic liaisons on camera. I mean, and I like the premise though, older sister, protective of her younger sisters and all those things. But for me, it's gonna be jumping the broom forever. Forever.
Y'all drop it down in the comments where y'all going. Now, as much as I love jumping the broom, baby, ain't no stopping sunshine, okay? I don't give a damn what's going over there and jump the broom, and I know exactly what's going on over there because I've seen it many a times. Ain't no stopping sunshine is over there in Deliver Us from Eva. The outfits alone and the natural hair will have me over there with Eva. The four beautiful sisters will have me over there with Eva. Gabrielle doing her best evil Gabby impersonation, child. Wasn't too far of a stretch, was it? It was. It works. Something about it is very like Taming of the Shrew type of vibes, and I appreciate that. LL being LL, hey, that's that. I expect that. I like the premise. It's fun. I like jumping the broom too, but if I have to choose, I'm gonna go over there with Ain't No Stopping Sunshine. Okay, let's move on. I'm reading y'all in these comments. All the man and Eva were trifling. I need to give Jumping the Broom a fresh watch as well as Deliver Us from Eva. It's been a little while. But let's get over here. Now, another component that goes by the wayside as far as rom-coms that I guess people aren't considering anymore are the friends and the sidekicks. They are really important because we can't spend all of our time on Seth's relationship. Usually there is someone next to you rooting for you or some naysayer going, girl, I told you back in the day. Oh, there's someone administering advice for good or bad. Like my ultimate friend sidekick in a film is definitely Savad over there in Love Jones. He said, y'all over here skipping, hopping, and falling in love and shit. Somebody talk to me about how to stay there because I'm tired. Do I love my wife? Yes. Is she here? No. Because all of y'all can step. I'm going over there with Savad. Now, we need that. It's so necessary. These particular friends, they decided to put a major spotlight on them. And once again, a think like a man type of way, because these are other ladies who are also reading the book that Kelly is kind of trying to reject. Kelly was definitely kind of giving Taraji's character in Think Like a Man. But it's just like, yeah, I'm over here. I don't know her name, but Little Miss Adrienne by Long Light. I say, was Adrienne busy? I want everybody to work. I'm playing. Everybody needs to work. She was the one, maybe more materialistic and looking for all the wrong things in a man. So she had to realize that maybe I need to subtract for that, my anxiety, my sexual prowess, and really, make a man wait, those 90 days or do X, Y, and Z and follow this book. And we're supposed to be on that journey with her. Then you have Robin Thede over here. I love Robin Thede. I am a fan of her sketch, comedy show, BET or the one that was on HBO. But Robin Thede, in the way that she acts, just resides in a space of like sketch comedy to where it's almost like we don't know kind of when to turn it off. And for me, I just kept kind of waiting for the gag or the end scene or the laugh track because there was just a disconnection. Regardless of that, Robin Thede was over there with fine Storm and Norman. You could have drowned him, Frank. She was over there with that fine man. Debbie Allen's son. Got to do your Tisha, Debbie Allen. Debbie Allen was over there with Stormy Norman and Debbie Allen's son, looking as good as he wanted to look. And I was happy to see him because I have not seen that man in full capacity since the Lakers Dynasty show. We did nothing with him, but I'm going to leave that there. She gets a lot of screen time in the film because I felt like this is the movie they really wanted to make. And for whatever reason, we didn't make that. I'm here in the capacity of a wife for a long time in this relationship, doing wifely duties, doing everything I could possibly do. And this man, this retired football player, has yet to marry me. When are you going to marry me? I'm here. Okay, now it's time for me to give you the ultimatum. Stay and walk away, whatever. I'm leaving. And it's at that point of us leaving for some time and still trying to, wait. Well, damn, are you coming back? I mean, no. I'm not coming back at all. Yes, Gina, I will marry you. Damn. Are you happy now? We eventually get that ring and we're oh my God. Yay! She was very, very happy because this is the ultimate thing that she was waiting on, and it's from, the love of her life. He finally came through. This was the message, and it felt like that was really what was the stronghold in the book. If you wait, if you set a standard, stop, but very, 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 very that, very that. I wasn't a fan of the friends group. There was just this disconnect, and you can't make fetch happen overnight. You can't have them do a little my goodies, not my goodies down in the club, and then ooh, the friendship. No, 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 no. We have to really work at that. Miss Mama's I think the assistant here, her little story or her arc, it just wasn't interesting at all. And then for Robin Thede, even if it was like, okay, the ring is here, I wanted a little like, okay, well, why now? Why not before? Like, aren't I worth that? It was just like, yay, I got what I wanted. The sidekicks and the friends are really, really important, and they make the movie as a whole. And typically, you are here to also champion or not our leads. They did not. And then when we get to Jarrett's character, Jarrett was not fleshed out at all, and he literally had no one. It's normally in a rom com, you get both sides, and you have the man over here with his homies, and he was just kind of there, and it was only in the capacity of Kelly Rowland's character. And they didn't do anything with Jarrett. We didn't get to know him too much of anything. We just kept getting, I'm reformed. I'm reformed because of this book. I'm reformed because of this book. I'm going to church now, right? I'm reformed because of this book. I don't want to be a player no more. That is not enough. Ashley?
Yeah. All of this is not for me. Robin Thede, not for me. The other Latina young lady, I was thrown off. And here's the thing, and I think people really need to be mindful of it. And I really wish that they would take this seriously in the Hollywood space. There are times when the nips and the tucks can become extremely off-putting and really throw and take people's attention off of, I think, what's supposed to be the thing. I digress. It just didn't work for me. The dynamic, I didn't necessarily believe all three of these as friends. I could have gotten behind Leah's character and Robin Thede's character being friends, but I didn't really know where the young lady, older lady, I don't know where she fit into the mix of them, right? So I don't know if I necessarily believe the friend group. Also, with Storm and Norman over here and Robin Thede's character, it was just a lot of stuff that didn't make sense to me. Him holding his ring in that box that way, like as if it was a presentation, like that was really just a lot of stuff they did to me was just odd and just purely for effect. We never had a situation really where it was before it was time to break up that, I've always wanted this, like, baby, what are we doing? Where are we going? All of these things. I don't know. It's just like they threw that away. They wanted this to be a part of it because she followed the book and it worked. But then it just kind of fell off. I don't even know if I believed their chemistry so much. And like you said, the whole, damn, fine, you broke up with me. This is how I found out I can't live without you, girl. Come on. Yes. And the next thing, we're at the wedding. I think they had the budget and I think they had the time to do this better. And I feel like this was just a throwaway because it seems like they didn't even do like a cast testing or like read through before they cast these people to see if the dynamic would work. I think in all aspects, it was like the chemistry was off with just everyone.
It was. They didn't do anything. You could tell. We can tell. Like, y'all think y'all tough. No, we're looking. We're paying attention. Ashley, who was wrong? Brandy or Darnell?
Darnell never should have told that lady he loved her. You love me? Baby, yeah, I love you. You never should have done that. You don't play with crazy people. You could look at Lynn's eyes and her eyebrows and knew that heifer was crazy. And how her forehead fit. And y'all know I love Mother Lynn down bad boots. Love her. But you don't play with a lady like that. And she was big fine and she had a bag. You don't go in school with people like that. You don't.
Pool water.
When that lady got them oranges and put them in that sock or them pantyhose and went to going upside her own head, yeah, Darnell learned his lesson. You don't tell no woman you love her and you don't. Now you sitting up laying in the hospital bandaged from foot to head. And Darnell was wrong as hell. He was wrong as hell. I need to go watch it. It's good. And H-Town is long and it's good.
You do. I was so like taken aback at how like today it'll still be a debate and people will go like Brandy went too far. Like everybody's out here being a player, getting cheated on. That means you get to off people and she broke me down at the police station. Girl, you get to call the cops and act like I'm abusing you, pull up to my mama house, pull up to Della Reese's house. She said, look out for your son.
She did
Oh,
warn him though, Tyra. She
she
warned him
did.
too.
She
She said,
did.
"Listen, don't play
I,
with me.
I'm
Don't
with
play
it.
around."
This was all Darnell's fault. She gave you every single signal that I'm not interested, stay away, leave me alone. Like you already had to break down several walls just to get to this woman. And you did it all based off of a bet and some smacks. Wrong intentions. It ended wrong. I bet you won't do it again.
I
Say
bet you
now I'm
won't.
in the water looking like a fake ass sea lion. Yeah. That's why.
This the
That's
energy
why.
you need on Tell Me Lies. That's all I'll be looking for. That's all. I
Oh,
give me a little
girl.
Brandy energy over there. That's all I need.
We
See how
do, we
easy she
do,
does?
we do. And then, baby, when we did the bumping, and you still played after we cracked backs, and you said,
Yeah.
my husband, he was a very bad man, and I killed him. And it's like, oh, she said that, and he went downstairs to gloat on the phone to Bobby Brown.
He from
He
his
went to
bed. Yeah.
gloat. He went to gloat. Like, oh, you didn't care. Oh, you didn't think Fat Man was greasy.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I can
You
show
ought to
you
know.
me, you, and Regina going out this window. Oh
Man,
man, we need some more good rom
we do. Now that's good. That's good though.
Now, getting over here to my number four, stakes in Jeopardy. A lot of the times we'll have things go oh so great until they go oh so wrong, and you're in jeopardy of losing. Like y'all know the template for the rom com. That's why we're like this was easy. The stakes were non-existent. They wanted to make a different movie, and I don't know why we didn't, because we start off thinking that this is all about what could possibly be this office romance and oh Jarrett, I know exactly who you are, you won't get me this time. And then we allot a whole lot of time for maybe Leah Kelly's disposition to be because she lost her mom to cancer, and we got he's a good man, Savannah, he's just in a bad situation right now, he begging on his goddamn knees and you let him get away. All state you are in good hands is here. Dennis was here as the strong father, letting her know, baby, you too can find love. You can, really put yourself out there. Don't, turn it all the way off just because I lost and we lost your mother. We had great times and great years together, and you can too. That was half baked as hell. We blinked and Kelly was down putting some flowers on the grave. I said, what? When did we get there? For Naomi Caldwell. I say, first of all, please. Kelly was down there putting flowers on the grave, and it was kind of this meek situation and this forgiveness with Daddy. Like, see, I knew you could do it. Like this urgency to maybe move on. I was like, y'all didn't put any stock here for this to be earned, and then we have Kelly and Meth go on a date because it's been all car sing-alongs from this time and banter and are you really reformed? Are you really changed? And she still wants me. I'm not that same guy. We go on a date. We finally get some type of googly eyes and engagement with them. And then we get into the sex that we skipped, of course, because this is a Christian film. And she loses it. Out of nowhere, she loses it. And this could have been really natural. It should have been, but it felt like it was out of nowhere. And it's like, yeah, I'm cutting this off. If you really care about me, you just drop the position, the job altogether. I can't believe I let you seek me back into this. And she runs off. Something was so off about it. It just felt displaced. I just didn't know. If we would have maybe in the beginning of the film and throughout had her at like an impasse or a dilemma as far as her romantic feelings for him, then we could get there. We didn't, and she was so firm in her decision the entire time. And the date felt like a joint decision of I'm giving you another chance and opportunity, and I'm moving beyond that. So for her to just wake up, oh, not you got my Christian cakes. Oh, never again, and she's just mad. There was no real stakes in jeopardy within a relationship because there was no real relationship here to be had. Ashley,
Yeah, it was such a contrived conflict. I think I even said it in the Discord. I was like, "What the hell? They just gonna make up a conflict. We just gonna make one up out of thin air. Not she done mistakenly seen something on his bar, a note from another woman. I'm waiting for, to see that he's still a rake, that he hasn't been reformed or changed his ways. Like she found some panties or a bra when she went to the bathroom in the morning. You know what I mean? And she runs off, not getting clarity and understanding that was his sister's or something. I'm gonna build a story in my mind.
Yeah.
Anything would have been better than you waking up like jumping the broom. If you go back and watch the opening scene of jumping the broom, her exact reaction is exactly what happens. And the whole, anyway. But as far as the mom, that was such a throwaway. And I think that had potential to really connect Leah's character with the audience, because we all know what it's like to experience loss. Well, most of us do, hopefully not too many, but it's a thing. But I think they just threw that in there because that's not your issue with this man. Your issue with this man specifically, and probably other men, is that back in college you gave him your cookies and he cheated on you, and from that day forward you decided X, Y, or Z. But now we get talking to your good man Savannah, and he's like, you've thrown yourself into work ever since your mom passed. So in order for that to work, here's my theory: we would have had to change the whole backstory as far as their relationship, because he would have had to walk out on her, because I can see rejection being the common theme. He left me, he abandoned me, he rejected me. Mom left me, she abandoned me when she died. That's the correlation. But just that he was out there slinging ding-a-ling and your mom died, it doesn't. And again, it doesn't take much to think that through fully. That's why I say they just kind of threw it together, because it had potential. It could have worked, but not with the story that they were telling up to that point. It was just contrived, all of it.
Very, very much so. Ashley, you can only pick one. Where are you going?
Brown sugar. When did you fall in
What?
love? When did you fall in love with hip hop? I love it. What are we celebrating? My divorce.
My divorce.
Yassine Bey is over here. Like, I just love that for the culture. I'm going brown sugar all day, every day. I love it. I do. It is such a fun movie. Even though She Who Must Not Be Named is over there, I still love this movie. I still love it. Yassine is over there driving the cab. Listen.
As much as I love hip hop, as much
I
as I
gotta
love brown sugar, I cannot. You gotta get on. You gotta get that. I'm first in line. The hoe is mine. Love it. Love it now.
Oh yeah, for vibes
The
alone.
soundtrack, first of all three of these soundtracks are really,
They're all
really
good.
good.
But I'm going with brown sugar.
I can't leave the best man on the ground. What are we talking about here? Ashley is the best man.
I can leave it over there. I can leave it.
You can leave Harper, Mia, and the Ebony Humper.
I can, but y'all have a different connection for it. Y'all know I just watched Best Man for the first time with all of us since we've known.
Yeah, you did. Oh, terrible choice. Girl, this is that movie. Like, The Best Man is so good. It's just all these movies are good, first of all, but The Best Man is just something goated about it in the way that I get something different from all three of these films, but it's something that I get from The Best Man and just the overall casting that I can't get from the other movies. And I love Yassine. But I can't. Like, The Best Man is just like super duper goated out of all the three. And the one that I revisit the most is probably The Best Man. Ah. Ashley said it like it was nothing. She said, yeah, brown sugar.
Brown sugar. And because brown sugar, for so long, I watched that movie every single day. And I think if I had seen and been introduced to The Best Man earlier, I would probably have that. Because a lot of it, when we love movies, y'all, I've been finding lately, it's because we watched it at a certain point in our life and it especially resonated with us then. I'm not going to deny the beauty and the melanated cast over here at The Best Man. I think it's beautiful. It's got its moments. It's funny. All of these people are goated in their own ways in terms of their accomplishments as actors. But Brown Sugar, that's that one.
Brown sugar.
Queen over there. It's over there. I'm going over there. And Yassine was trying to push up on Queen. Like, I love Brown Sugar. I just
brown sugar, leave the ground sugar, got the world sweating like things without look. You really want to give it to me. Let's get into this ending, or if that's what you want to actually call it. This was a choice. Now, normally, and why I have trains, planes, and automobiles here, Because in your typical rom com, after you have the conflict in the relationship in jeopardy, you have that revelation of, oh my God, this is the love of my life. Let me go after them. We chasing trains. We trying to get you before you board the plane. We running through the airport. We're in the car. We got to find you. We meet on a bridge. We get into our woman. We're getting to our man. You know, the standard. Here, the revelation in the happy ending was odd as hell. First, we tell this man, you need to get ghosts. This little job, this whatever, all this ain't working for me. I don't want to see you again. You got my cakes. Move, meth. He drops the job. She's reveling in the fact that he's left and she has this job. Up until a certain moment, it's like, oh, you know what? I actually kind of like him. I actually kind of, let me text him. Let me call him on the phone and, tell him to go on, just come on back. It's cool. You know what? Do I really gotta text him? I can text him, send an email, or like, do I really? They're like, no. This is a grand gesture. This is the love of your life, Leah. Get on down there and get him before he leaves and takes that other job in another state. We get down to the airport. This idiot goes to TSA with everything going on. I don't know who thought that was funny. Say, yeah, you see that suspicious black man over there? He got something in his bag. He got something on him. I said, what? I ain't never seen this. Thankfully, we don't hem him up. He turns around and goes directly to her. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, so are you gonna make me say it? Like, yeah, I want to be with you. Like, yeah. So it's like, oh, yeah, like, yeah, sure. I can be with you. Break it in, hugs, kisses. Sure. I was like, what is this? This was so strange for no reason. It was like it was a touch of settling. I'm like, why are you settling for someone you're supposed to be just so happy and madly in love with? It was like, well, we about the same. It was, we ain't get no younger girl type energy. What? It was like she didn't actually want him. I was so confused by this and why we chose to end it like this. Now, of course, we leap into the wedding and the nuptial of it all, and this kind of like cheeky wink, wink, like, yeah, us too, babe. We could possibly be next because I love you, and we, ride off into the sunset. I was like, what? What the hell? Strange. Ashley?
I would never play with a black man like this. And during Black History Month, I thought this is a concerted effort. Now, on 3-4 of the damn shows that we watch, it's very much been anti-black. And I don't like that. Because there's no way you love this man and you told TSA that he had unknown substances on him as a black man in the city. That was crazy as hell. And she alludes to it earlier in the movie. She says it before, I should just tell him you have something on you. And then you do it in the moment you want to confess your undying love instead of just saying his name. He's 20 yards away. He's just right there. You can't call his name. Jarrett, you can't call his name. I don't know. This was aggravating and I didn't believe it. The Wet and Wavy was very cute. I liked her hair.
The hair.
That's all I got. And I don't buy these car ride singing sessions. Like, girl, and you Kelly Rowland. Like, what are we doing? I just turn the page. Go
Because there was no chemistry. There was like, oh, how can we have like instantaneous connection? Everybody loves a good song. Everybody loves a good sing along. Let's have a multiple sessions of that, and that's just how they communicate and show their love. Girl, miss me with that. The most interesting thing between them is when that incoming call happened and she was calling him daddy in the car. Yeah, daddy. Oh, you're reformed? Daddy. Yeah. I was like, all right. This was a strange choice and did not give happy ending. I was like, this is your happy ending? All right, if you say so. Hey, Dane Boo. What you saying over here? What happened to rom-coms? Tyler makes rom-com in the middle of a good time. In the middle of a good time, Dane is guaranteed to show up with his shenanigans. Let's move on. It was not a happy ending. Now, before we get into the ending per se, was common for the streets. Now, there's never enough conversation around just right for me, so I put it here just for myself. Come and go to hell. Go to hell from the queen herself. I always hated just right. I hate just right with a passion. The way you played in the queen's face, all about Paula Patton and her crooked mouth with those whispers coming out, upset me to all high. First of all, you hurt your little. It's very loving basketball. He tore his ASL. Oh gosh. Oh god, I'm never gonna play again. I bring you back to life, rehabilitate you, fall in love, all this good stuff. Best friend. You already friends on me real quick because I'm the one who met you initially. But you saw my slim, thick friend. You saw old Paula Patton over there and you asked forgot I existed. Fine. Instantly, I was the fat, funny friend. Okay. Come on down. After that heifer leaves you for dead because you left my son for dead. Okay. Heal you up. This heifer comes back out of nowhere. And you take her back. What? What? You take her back. The moment you take her back, y'all reconsidering your relationship and marriage and the whole nine, and then you realize, oh, I really like those softer moments that I had over there with the queen. I need to go find her. She got a big mama arm. She whips, she cook good, she take care of a man. I need to go find that. She loves basketball. This irritates my soul so much. Steam heat if you want, whatever. You don't get to play in the queen's face. You don't get to play in no woman's face when you try to, in the beginning, to reside me in a space of the fat, funny, helpful friend. And then when you see someone who isn't and you opt for it and it's not what you wanted, you try to come back to me? Get out of my face, Rashad. Ashley.
That's what they did. And they keep doing this. And here's the biggest issue because he ain't want that lady. He ain't want that lady. He like how she cooked and how she healed him. Her physical therapy stuff. And it's perpetuated even today that to find love as a heavy set, chunky, slim, whatever, little thicker Black woman, you have to serve. You have to serve in some capacity to fulfill some need for somebody to want you. You can't just be all by yourself, the one that he chooses. You have to earn it. And that's something that's perpetuated every damn day. Girl, anyway, I'm not going to talk about industry because that pissed me off. But there is this thing about being like Black womanhood and why they keep writing this into movies and films behooves me. If Queen Latifah liked men in real life, even without fame, I swear somebody would be drinking her dirty bath water. To this day, she'd have a lineup of them.
Yeah,
It's not reality. It's some forced agenda that they want to perpetuate. Black women, we do not have to earn love. We don't. You don't have to work for it. You ain't got to cook for that man. You ain't got to heal him. You ain't have to scratch his head when he's ailing to deserve to be chosen first. This was some bull. He never wanted that lady. And I'll be damned. I'll be damned. You back to hell and you choose this and then try to come back. Sir, go to hell. Disrespectfully. Disrespectfully go to hell.
Yeah, you gotta sister these men. You got a big mama in your arm. You got to be your mother, your father, your sister, your lover, your puppy. You got to be everything. And then you might get lucky and get chose. Paula just had to be beautiful and show up in her dress. That's it. She had to do nothing. Okay.
The thing is, Arnetta, I think it's a decent watch. I'm not mad at the movie itself. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. You're watching. You're entertained.
I didn't say it wasn't fun. It pissed me off.
I just don't like the positioning of Queen over there because please, ain't no.
Because she had all the tools. The only reason we rejected her and we kept because Laz was over there in the beginning too. Put us like, you know what? This is a good day. Let me go. I'm gonna call you friend, homie, buddy. Yeah, because you could never be a prospect because you got a little extra cushion for the pushing. Because that's all it was.
Yeah, quit playing with me.
Hair flawless. Leslie? I think her name was like,
flawless.
Girl, that's Khadijah James. That's Khadijah James.
Play with her.
Don't play with her. Titties. Let's move on to the end. Now, last but not least, the main thing that a good rom-com has to have. You have to have rewatchability. That's why we know it's good. For everybody who's drinking this movie's bathwater, would you watch it again? Would you watch it on a loop? Would you watch it? And in the next 5 to 10 years, are you going to be throwing on relationship goals? I doubt it because I'm not. I wouldn't even watch this for a second or third time. I didn't want to watch it a second time for review purposes. I was good on what I got and I didn't want to get it again. Ashley, would you watch this movie again?
Hell no. Put on Ruth and Boaz. I'll watch that again before I watch this again. I will never watch this movie again by my choice.
Never. I would think so. I think this is the ultimate, the testament to how good your rom-com is. We love, like, the way I'm going to go back for How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, 10 Things I Hate About You. Like you're gonna go over there. You
I
are.
didn't even watch The Proposal. I'm going over there. I'm going over to
Yeah,
rom-com streets.
yeah, that's where you're going.
Two
But I
weeks
have
notice.
no.
I'm going.
You say who, Ashley?
2 weeks notice. Don't play.
Um.
Y'all like to play
Oh,
with Hugh Grant. Don't play with him.
you know how you feel about Hugh. What? Don't piss me off, Dane. What did Dane say?
You know he
Oh, his
will.
Tyler Perry. Yeah, he lives to piss somebody off. Now, before we get out of here and we leave it, Ashley, think like a man or two can play that game.
I actually like two can play that game. That was like peak Vivica in those days, and Morris, and she had it all worked out. Like, I'm gonna play this thing. I enjoyed too. I need to watch that. I ain't watched that in years. But Vivica had the game plan. One, ladies, always have them begging for more. Two, don't be waiting by the phone. Go out and get your thing, and then they talk directly to the camera. I love Vivica over there. It's gonna be two can play that game for me. I am highly entertained over there.
Oh, now look. I think like a man is a cute, fun watch. Two can play that game is totally different. Okay, the cast is casting. Girl, Monique said, "Why y'all bring me in this little heifer store?" I love it. I love the casting over there. Like the chemistry is so fun. Morris is over there with Vivica acting like once again same heat. Gabrielle, you know me. I don't need no introduction in this. Ride Benz on 20s. What? Drop the top, block is hot. What? You know me. I don't need no introduction. Where were you when Gabrielle got out of that car in that red suit and said, "You know me. I don't need no introduction in this." She said, "Hey, Connie, we going over there with who can play that game." Hey, girl, we're going over there. We're going over there. But hopefully, you guys had a good time because that was relationship goals.
You made it fun, friend. You made it fun. You pulled it
I
out.
told you. Told you. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a really, really good time. Tomorrow we'll be getting into this is for the members, strictly for the members, the real members, watching Just Cause, Ashley's pick for Blockbuster Movie Night. Hopefully we have you guys over there. Ashley, anything else you want to share before we get out of here?
Don't forget tomorrow night on Lifetime, if you haven't watched it already with us in the Discord, because we have screeners. But if you haven't watched Be Happy on Lifetime starring Tisha Campbell and Mekhi Phifer, be sure to watch that because we will be discussing it Monday night. Night of the Seven Kingdoms did air today. So I'm thinking about moving that live to Monday instead of Tuesday, just so we have it. They moved a ton of stuff because of the Super Bowl. But please make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button, hype us up, do all of the things. And thank y'all for coming through to support. This was a super fun live. Thank you for hosting, Cyber Girl.
Dang, that's what happened when you late. We already discussed Ain't No Stopping Sunshine. You should have been here on time. You should have been here on time. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. I'm going to leave y'all with some fine meth and Kelly Cam because they deserve that. The movie wasn't great, but the finding was there. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.